Hey all, Hipper here. So I've been trying to, contain my excitement about training rooms for a while because Wargaming has been drip feeding tiny little bits of information over the last few weeks, but I didn't want to do a video until I actually had something to show other than a screenshot. And although what I really have here is screenshots, it's still really interesting because at least we get to see the real mechanics of how training rooms are going to be implemented here. So yeah. Go through the video with me and I'll give you all the information that I kind of, gathered from the live stream that was streamed just a few hours ago. So if you don't know what live stream I'm talking about, it was Cihalis and Prince Blip. They were doing their usual weekly stream yesterday and they teased, well, more than teased, they actually showed the training room interface. And if you're like me, you might be wondering, what is Blip looking at in this stream here? And that's because other than being a history and mechanics specialist, he's also a commander specialist. And he is simply just checking out a new commander. I think they need to get their own room, and a training room, that is, of course. Anyway, moving on. So one thing that was made clear in the stream here is that the ship you pick before you go into the training rooms area, like shown in this screenshot here, that is the ship that you will be using in that training room. So for now it looks like if you want to change your ship, you'll have to go out and create a new training room. Not a big deal, but just something to be aware of. So setting up or creating a training room here, it's pretty straightforward actually. You pick your map, apparently, like Islands of Ice, Fault Line, whatever you want to play, right? And then you choose your scenario, and it looks like only Domination and Capture the Base are available, which is fine. I mean, everyone is going to be playing Domination. I know I will. I hate Capture the Base. And you can also choose your duration of battle. I don't know why you would, choose that, because I think 15 minutes is pretty good. But I guess if you have smaller battles, 5 or 9 or whatever, would probably also be good. And I don't know why 10 minutes isn't there. But anyway, it makes sense. This is also like straightforward, and I don't see how anyone could be confused for this really. Now, I was initially a little bit worried there wouldn't be a server browser in the training rooms here, or that's what I call it, right? But the enter room screen is actually exactly that. It just shows you a list, well, I'm assuming here, a list of what rooms have been created. So again, I've just put in 2 lines of the way I'm guessing things will look in here. Like you have the room owner, myself, and then I put in Jerk as the second one, just to have a second line. And then I suppose that you can just go into the enter room area and pick whatever training room you want to enter. But just be mindful that it doesn't mean that you are going to be definitely in the battle in that room, right? Because there's a different screen that will give the owner of the room a lot of options to pick and choose players. So there's also a screen for adding bots. So if you want to add a bot, then if Aaron isn't busy, he will come and join your game. No, I'm just kidding. You can add, of course, AI-controlled ships, if you so please. And they can be armed and unarmed. They can be moving and not moving. So if you just want to, practice your AP shooting, you can just put in some non-moving, non-armed bots and, just go to town, really. So there are plenty of opportunities here to refine your different tactics, or where to shoot or where to hit a ship, right? So a very useful tool. Alright, so that brings us to the main screen here, because this is the owner's screen. I don't know what everyone else will see, I guess we'll find out. So it shows you the map you picked, your scenario you picked, and the duration you picked, along with your ship and your commander, right? And then there's a button for adding bots, and also one for starting the battle. So you can see here there's 3 tables, team 1, team 2, or blue team and red team, right? So you can then switch players from the blue team to the red team and vice versa, and you can kick players, and players that you don't want in the game, like I said earlier, you can put them in the out of team area, and I assume then when you start the battle they won't be in the game. So it's kind of just, if you don't want any randoms, joining your training room, because you cannot password lock these rooms and you cannot make them private. you can just pick those players and throw them into the out of team area really. So it also secures the training room. So if you want to do like a fleet battle, like one fleet versus another fleet, you can just kick any player that isn't in the fleets who happen to jump into that training room. So this already looks fantastic, I think. I think this is very close to perfect, and it is, in my opinion, one of the last crowning achievements of the game that makes it pretty much perfect in my eyes, and I'm going to do a full video on that later, probably later this week. But I will be, in the future, probably spending most of my time in my training room. I'll just set up a training room and then allow anyone to join, really, and come play with me, and we'll see how we go, really. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be very, very interesting and very, very different to escape the usual potato infested standard battles and actually have an area where you have some control, right? Just keep in mind you're not earning XP or silver or anything like that, and I don't think probably stats aren't even tracked. It wouldn't make much sense with it. So I think this looks fantastic, and I'm really excited, and I'm really hoping it's coming out in the next update. So I will say what we've ended up with here after 4 years is pretty close to my dream of having these custom battles or training rooms. There's always room for more details, of course, and I'm sure there will be many more things added in the future. But like I said earlier, the whole game for me is now like 95% perfect. I don't have anything left that I'm going to be hounding the dev team about. Everything is there now, and anything else added from now on is just a bonus, really. So very, very happy about this. And like I said, there's more features in these training rooms than I initially thought there would be in the first iteration here. Like I didn't think there was going to be a server browser. I think you had to like invite people directly, sort of like how the fleets work. But that's not it, and you can actually browse through all the open training rooms, I assume. And I really like that, because that means anyone who's sick of standard battles can just go into training room, find a training room, pick one of the CCs or whoever. Like most CCs, I'm assuming, will have a training room open pretty much all the time when they play, and there should be something for everyone. So if you want to fight around in T2 vampires with Let 'em Peek, you can totally do that. Or if you want to go like Albanese versus Yamato with Where Are You, Aaron? Or you want to do like 9 versus 9 Lepanto with Metajerk, you can totally do that. And these are just examples. I have no idea if they're going to do that, but I know I will be playing a lot of training rooms, and I will obviously make it for people who are probably a little bit interested in agile cruisers, because I like smaller battles and I like shards. So I'm imagining my training will probably mostly be shards, 3 versus 3 or 4 versus 4, something along those lines. But anyway, we'll figure that out once this thing launches, and I'm hoping it launches next update, but I don't know. But it kind of looks like it's already done, right? So let's assume it launches on the 24th. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I hope you're as excited as I am, and I'll see you out there.